So right now I'm uploading part 1 and side 1 of The Lamb, which I just recorded yesterday. It's gonna take like 2 hours. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having an absolutely fantastic day. My name is Justin and today we're continuing our album listen of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway by Genesis, which was released in 1974. This time with side B of the album. This would be the songs Back in NYC, Hairless Heart, Counting Out Time, Carpet Crawlers, The Chamber of 32 Doors. On my way to work and on my way back from work, I actually listened to the first side of the album again, just to reaffirm it in my head, get it back in there, and it's pretty good. Like, it's pretty good. So I'm just guessing and imagining that like each side is basically like listening to a new Supper's Ready, right? Like you're getting a whole new Genesis epic, but you're getting 4 of them in an album. It's pretty cool. I don't have a lot to say on this video because I'm pretty sure I said quite enough on the last video before I even got into the songs. So let's just let's skip all the blabber and jump into The Lamb. You can join me on Twitter in the comments down below. You can support the channel on Patreon if you'd like. But for now, let's do it. This is Genesis starting at Back in NYC and will end with The Chamber of 32 Doors.
Faces and traces of home. Back in your old city. So you think I'm a tough kid? Is that what you heard? Yeah, but I you, what would a poor boy do? Found a girl I wanted to date. Thought I'd better get it straight. Went to buy a book before it's too late. Don't leave nothing to fate. I studied every line, every page in the book. And now I've got the real thing here. I'm gonna take a look. Take a look. This is a trail. I'm counting out time, hoping it goes like I planned it, 'cause I understand it. Look, I found the hot spots, figures 1 and 9. Still counting out time. I got my finger on the button, don't say nothing, just lie there still, and I get you turned on just fine. Erogenous songs, I love you. Without you, what would a poor boy do? Touch and go with 1 to 6. Bit of trouble in zone number 7. Gotta remember all of my tricks. With 7 ahead, number 11. Get crucial responses with dilation of the pupils. Honey, get hip. It's time to unzip. To unzip, zip, 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 zip. Put it away, Mr. Guitar. Counting out time. Reaction, none too happy. Please don't sap me. I'm a red-blooded male, and the book said I could not fail. I'm counting out time. I got unexpected distress from my mistress. I get my money back from the bookstore right away. Erogenous songs, I question you. Without you, what would a poor boy do? Without you, what would a poor boy do? Without you, mankind comes through the blue.
Side 2, ladies and gentlemen. Side 2. Can I tell you, first of all, I may not totally understand exactly what's going on in the story, but I'm really invested to see how this ends. Like, I'll be honest, I wasn't really following the lyrics in the very beginning. Like, I was reading them back in NYC, but I wasn't really paying attention, and I should have been a little more because I got kind of lost as it went on. Like, I know what's happening in Counting Out Time. I know what's happening there. Carpet Crawlers, maybe, we'll see. There's some symbolism or something going on there, and maybe a little bit in Chamber of 32 Doors. But I'm lost in the story, but it's like a good loss. Like I'm keeping up decently, but I'm trying to find my footing right now. Okay, so first things first. Before I get into each song individually, I just want to shout out one particular member of the band that is really standing out, not only in side A, which we've heard already, but now in side B. Hackett. His playing, really throughout, of course, all the songs, but in particular in Hairless Heart and Carpet Crawlers and Chambers. It's so emotional, hugely emotional, but then when he needs to get down and dirty, he's not afraid to do so. He's not afraid to get down in the mud. Phil's drumming is also really, really powerful in these tracks. The bass pedals are used to really, really great effect as well, especially in lieu with Phil's drumming, for example, in the beginning of 32 Chambers. Just the way that they come down on those hits is so impactful, and it's used in many times throughout these tracks to like make a big symphonic entrance or just make certain moments more punctuated and more accented with a bit of drama. Now, maybe it's just me, but Back in NYC actually reminds me of the title track and how that started off the album. And it feels once again like a nice overview of what's to come. But as the pieces go on, that's when we get deeper and deeper into bigger instrumentation, deeper thoughts and lyricism, and a story that may be confusing, cryptic, but also has a lot to say. So if I'm just talking first reactions and initial thoughts, I think that out of this side, Back in NYC is actually kind of like the weakest out of the next few tracks. Like, it starts off everything okay, but it's everything else that follows that's like really the meat. It's those further tracks after that that like, those are the ones that really, you could sink your teeth into those. So we get some of Peter's most like angriest outcries in this part. This is where his textured voice really shows. I mean, you cannot deny that his voice is like extremely rough, which I think is part of his character, part of like just who he is. I like that because he's not like a stereotypical smooth singer. He can be, absolutely, but he doesn't always sing like that. And a lot of times he doesn't sing like that. He's not afraid to let a little bit of that roughness come out in his voice because that's what adds so much edge to the music. The song is also held up by Tony doing some really light melodies there on the synths in the back that kind of keep this whole song kind of in and out. I don't know what that even means, but the song feels like it's coming in and out, perhaps a focus. Phil's percussion drives a huge kind of symphonic sound in the band as well. It's just always powerful, it's always moving, and yes, it's always grooving. I'm listening to this song again, Back in NYC, and I really gotta hand it to Peter. I mean, this one shows you he can like rock it out. And his intensity in his voice actually kind of works along with the lyrics, which, honestly, I'm not quite sure what's going on in this song. Last time we heard, Rail was in the Toy Factory, what I call the Toy Factory, and now he's like back in New York City. Or maybe not. He says in the first lines, I see faces and traces of home. So maybe he's still in the factory, or I don't know, he's still in whatever circle of hell that he's in. But he says, so you think I'm a tough kid, is that what you've heard? Well, I like to see some action and it gets into my blood. They call me the trailblazer, Rail Electric Razor. I'm the pitcher in the chain gang, we don't believe in pain. So he's coming off as a tough guy right now. Because we're only as strong, yes, we're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain. Let me out of Pontiac when I was just 17. I had to get it out of me, if you know what I mean, You say I must be crazy because I don't care who I hit, but I know it's me that's hitting out, and I'm not full of it. I don't care who I hurt, I don't care who I do wrong. This is your mess I'm stuck in, I don't belong. So I feel like he's almost going through different stages of grievances as he's going through this supernatural event that he's stuck in right now, wherever that may be. It's almost like now he's lashing out in anger. Before he was kind of reserved, before he was just kind of going through the motions, trying to figure out exactly what was going on around him. Now, all the intensity is really boiling up and he's like, I need to get out. He may be talking about his past and stuff when he's talking about, let me out of Pontiac when I was just 17. I had to get it out of me, if you know what I mean. I'm actually not sure what he means. Perhaps he was just having some teenage angst and he had to get it out of him. Perhaps he was involved in crime and something like that. I'm not sure. Okay. Now I am getting some criminal activity out of this because he says, when I take out my bottle filled up high with gasoline, you can tell by the night fires where Rail has been. Okay, so he's a bit of an arsonist then. As I cuddled the porcupine, he said, I had none to blame but me. Held my heart deep in hair, time to shave it off of me. Cuddling a porcupine doesn't seem like the best thing to do, so I'm pretty sure that's a metaphor for something. And then he repeats, no time for a romantic escape when your fluffy heart is ready for rape. He repeats that on and on and on. So, is he like a rapist? Or like, did he do something like that in his past? Is that part of his criminal history? I don't know. Because he does mention, I did notice this, like he says, his fluffy heart. So what does fluffy heart mean? This is also related, I'm assuming, I would guess with evidence, to the next song, which is Hairless Heart. So before his heart was fluffy, I'm just imagining like his heart had hair, but the next song, Hairless Heart, he shaved off that hair like he was talking about that porcupine he was cuddling up with. I'm lost on that one. His intense delivery with that nice time signature, that's cool. This feels like a nice thematic overture for this particular side. It's not a song that changes structurally really throughout. It kind of remains the same pace. However, it's in those next few songs where this theme really develops and changes into something else. Okay, so Hairless Heart is only 2 minutes long, but guys, isn't this gorgeous? This is how you do an interlude right. It's an interlude in that it connects the pieces before and coming next, but it actually is substantial. It actually has substance. It actually is saying something. It's not just like a few melodic blips and guitars. You hear that? That's what I was talking about when I mentioned Hackett. And I'm imagining that's Rutherford just gently striking the chords in the back. Tony taking care of, once again, that kind of starry backdrop. And once again, that bass pedal. Ooh, so deep! Like Mariana's Trench deep. Is that what it was? Mariana's Trench? Mariana Trench? Ooh, and I like that little quick shift at the end. I really enjoy the way that Phil accents Hackett on here. All of them are in sync, but they're on a different level. Right here, listen. That hit, I like that. They always come back to that, then bring it back down again. This is a gorgeous interlude. Hackett gives you like a big and yet brief emotional solo, and then he's out again. He's out. He's like the Phantom of the Opera. He shows up, he sings a little song, and he's back out again. And you guys need to educate me because I don't know guitar stuff. Is that delay on his guitar? I don't know. Sounds gorgeous though. I'm imagining that's delay. Probably, right? Bring it up one more time. Why not? It's instrumental, but it's still telling a story. This song, like I said, lyrically is at least related to the lyrics on the last song. And I mean lyrically, like the title of the song is related to the lyrics of the last song. So this feels like unburdened. This feels weightless. Like if you listen to the emotion that's being carried here, right? At least to me, it sounds like freedom. So perhaps that fluffy heart he had before,
hold on,
represents something in lieu or in line like sin, crime, grief, guilt, maybe the recklessness of his youth, the things that he did in the past. Maybe that's what the fluffy heart is. Now he has a hairless heart and the music sounds freed because of it. Maybe this journey that he's going on is almost like an internal journey, more so than an outward one. There's outward things happening, but it's all taking place really more in his heart or in his mind.
Okay. Let's keep it going though. Let's keep going. I feel like we're on a decent track now. I just gotta talk it out sometimes.
Counting out time. I do know what this song's about. This one's easy to figure out. It wasn't too hard. This one feels like a really nice centerpiece, especially in lieu and before Carpet Crawlers. And it also sounds like a classic Genesis track. And I know we're listening to classic Genesis right now, but just the instrumentation feels like something in between Foxtrot and Selling England. It just fits. Okay, so yes, the lyrics are not to be taken seriously here, right? Like it's kind of fun. It's kind of funny just to see, Rail with his first basically sexual encounter. But listen to how the instruments really they play along with the mood of the song. So listen to Rutherford's bass playing, right? Along with Peter's delivery, which is just kind of like matter of fact, a little lacking in confidence, but what else would you expect? But listen to Mike. Listen to Mike.
Oh Lord, I need that now. The day of judgment's come, and you can bet that I've been resting.
And then Tony with those bright and sunny chords. I love Mike right there. That is good. The song and the music matches the intensity of the lyrics, right? So before he's just like, he's reading books. Look, whatever however you want to learn, he's sitting there and he's reading books, okay? And the music is like, it's bouncy because he's excited, but it's innocent at that time, right? Then he says, erogenous zones, I love you. Without you, what would a poor boy do? He is learning his text. He is studying every single word he can. And that's when the guitar from Hackett comes in. Bam, 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 bam. Like, he's getting excited. Found a girl I wanted to date. Thought I better get it straight. He's got to study for the test. you know? And then as all this intensity builds up, look how it comes right back down. It's like now he's trying to remember all the things that he read in the book, which I think is hilarious because he says, look, I found the hotspots, figures 1 to 9. Still counting out time. I got my finger on the button. Don't say nothing. Just lie there still and I'll get you turned on just fine. I don't have to explain exactly what's going on there, but I think it's so funny how the music turns very humdrum. It's like, I'm counting out time. And then in the second verse, as certain moments are reached for the characters, the music reaches once again that climax. Okay, this is the most hilarious thing I've heard from Genesis. I gotta be honest, I have no idea what sound that is. It could be like some sort of kazoo or a horn. It could be Tony doing something. It could be the guitar for all I know. I really don't have any idea, but it doesn't sound like guitar. I think it's hilarious that in the background, they say, "Take it away, Mr. Guitar. Move over, Casanova." Right? He's feeling full of himself. He's like, yeah,